Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, and it is our favorite video of the month. It is our monthly recap and where we show you all of the before and afters of all the furniture that we flipped in the month of February. First was this credenza. We just sanded the top and sealed it, and we painted the base in this color Perfect Khaki, changed the hardware out but kept the same feel of the hardware with these half moon circles and kept the feel to the original hardware. This went to the gallery and it sold for $625. Next was custom work, where they bring us their furniture and the idea of what they want done, and she wanted the outside painted black and the inside painted white, and here is how it turned out. One thing we like to do is stage our finished pieces. This is just good to send to the client to let them know that it is finished and gives them an idea of how to style it, and it just really makes it pop and look so good, as well as putting it on our social media to bring in future projects. Our plan for this one was going to be to stain the top and paint the base, but the top was in rougher condition than we realized, so we painted the whole thing dark olive, and we took this to the store and it sold for $5.50. Then we had another custom work job where they wanted this chair restored, so we did that. We sanded and we touched up the tops and we stained it a lighter color. This was also a custom work job. It is a secretary desk that she wanted to be painted in this custom color that she picked out, as well as the hardware that she chose as well. This was a new look for this type of piece that I hadn't seen before, and I have to say I really like it. And of course, the coolest thing about these desks is that it has all of these hidden compartments. This was another fun custom work job. She wanted this restained, but she wanted the red out, and she wanted a more natural, traditional dark brown, and we love how it turned out. And she was going to get this in her house and decide what kind of hardware she wanted at the end, so that is why it does not have any hardware on. Okay, we went with a different design on this one, and it shocked me with the end result because look how sharp that looks. We stained the top and we painted the base black, and we added some black pulls. This one went to our gallery and it sold for $595. This table was really cool because it was salvaged from an old hotel, and she wanted it to not be orange. She wanted a more darker brown to it, and so we went with our RTM Enduro stains. She picked the color that she wanted out. Here is the stain that she picked, and here is what it looks like after. We have been loving the RTM stains, which means it's ready to match. It has a whole box of different recipe cards, if you will, for how to achieve the stain that you want, and you have all the base colors that you mix together to create all of the different stains. And here is another close-up of the gorgeous top. This is another custom work job. She wanted it basically sanded down and left as natural as it could be. So here is a look at the before. This is the RTM stain that she wanted to go with, and here is the before and the after in a fun little transition, and bam, here you go. They were going to change out the hardware as well, and you can see all the different types of wood, and it has the characteristics of how the original colors were. This is another custom work job, and it was a pretty simple one. She just wanted it painted white, so this is how it turned out. Nice, clean, and classic. With this custom work job, our client wanted it painted in the color iron ore. Here is a look at the before, and here's how it turned out after, and they changed out the hardware as well to a more modern look, and we love this little pop of color that's going to just really make the room look very nice. This custom work job is kind of hard to picture because you can't feel it, but it had a very sticky finish. The finish was coming off, but she wanted to keep it the same color, so we stripped it and sanded it, and we stained it into the color that it previously was, but this time it is not sticky, and our top coat is nice and durable, so this should last them a very long time. With some of the custom work out of the way, we finally got to focus on the store, so we picked this dresser up, and we sanded and stained the top, and we painted the base black, changed out the hardware, and we were obsessed with how this turned out. We took this to the store and it sold for $595. And don't underestimate a quick flip. We picked this one up, we painted it white, and it went to the store and sold for $550. This flip came at the very end of the month. We painted the entire thing dark olive, and we changed out the hardware for some classic ring pulls, and it is listed in the store for $525. We had a lot of tables this month. This is a restoration. The tabletop needed a little love with the worn finish, as well as some touch-ups on the chairs. You can see where the old finish is kind of coming off on the tops, and it has already completely come off on some of the armrests of the chairs. So we completely restored the tabletop and we touched up the chairs. Now don't let the touch up of the chairs fool you, because it really made a big difference. This is the final result. All of the ring marks are gone on the tabletop, and you can see that the tops of the chairs that were very worn before look brand new, and it looks a way lot better than it did before. And here's another look at the arms of the chairs that you remember had all the finish worn off, and it looks brand new now. On to a custom work job to break up some of the tables that we did was this bedroom set. It was 2 nightstands and a small dresser, as well as the mirror, and this was going in the color dark olive, as well with the stained bases, which was a different look to what we normally do, and we really love how it turned out. This is one thing that we love about custom work, is that we get ideas from our clients and we get to grow our business that way. And she also wanted to change the hardware out to some hardware that she had seen us use in the past, and it all pulled together very nicely. Back to the table, and she wanted this table to be done in the cherry finish, so this is how it turned out. This was the end result of it. This was a table painted by someone previously, and it was coming off on some of the edges. You can see on the edges it was coming off right here, so they wanted it to be redone. And while we have a different type of custom finish, this one has some bubbles in it, but with our technique it looks a little bit different, but there is no bubbles, and it has more of a cohesive wood look to it. And we actually have a YouTube video on this technique, so if you want to learn how to do this look, be sure to look in the description below for the link to that video. And that ends our month for February. If you like these videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more furniture flipping content.